What's up, everybody? So, government shut down, first day. Now they're talking, you're starting to hear, oh, well, this is the way that we can streamline the government and we can really slim it down and blah, 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 blah. That's true. But let's talk about why. So, with the government shut down, it's the requirement of the executive, along with the Army and the Marine Corps, to make sure that the nation still functions. That also means that they can move assets without congressional approval, because Congress is basically out the window, okay? With the government shut down, the U.S. Supreme Court doesn't exist, so it moves to the U.S. Marine Corps Division Main Court, justices, or judges, and the Army Judge Advocate Generals, and the Air Force Judge Advocate Generals, depending on what jurisdiction we're talking about, whether it's space or air or land or sea, commercial, right? Which really, this isn't going to be space or air. Everything's really in maritime or in federal commercial. So right now, what can happen, like what's probably going to happen, and this is going to sound a little crazy, but this is what I see. The police forces, all law enforcement, is going to get moved to Division Main, Marine Corps, and they're going to be attached to as our law enforcement mechanism, and that will facilitate the re-establishment of the American militia, which starts with the veterans. Second, and this is beautiful, transportation and transit will be taken away from the states, and they will be moved into North America, and that transportation transit system will operate under the Army Corps of Engineers. So remember back in the day, like we had the Army Corps of Engineers for the bridges? Well, now the Army Corps of Engineers is going to be over our bridges, our roads, all that stuff. That's transportation. Okay, so the states and the local counties can't profit from them anymore with their buddy contractors, right? So that's going to happen. Public land and ground will be moved to Judge Advocate Generals, and so will the probate courts. And this is the best part. Healthcare will be nationalized through the Army. EMS will be nationalized through the Army. Fire services, emergency response, emergency management, all weather, all that stuff is going to be through the Army, with the Marine Corps as the countersign. Okay? Sorry, something climbed my ear. So you're talking about national health care, bye-bye medical insurance companies, see ya. It was all for profit scam anyways. All these organizations, NGOs that were sponsored by Congress, no more NGOs, not unless they're for profit. 501c3 churches, you're gone. You're a business. No more tax write-offs, no more 501c3 churches. You're going to have to become an American religious establishment, or you're going to be recognized as a business. So it's going to be the keys that they gave them the keys to the kingdom. They gave the Army and Marine Corps, along with the executive, keys to the kingdom. It's going to be a whole new nation with a whole new reality, a whole new education system. Education, university education, that's over. That's going back to the military and the veterans. The colleges for the universities will stay for profit the way it's supposed to be. And by the way, just so everybody knows, nobody ever got a university degree. You got a college degree that was sponsored by a university. According to my background check, I have a Bachelor of Laws from the University of Florida that was issued to me, but that is a Bachelor of Laws under English common law, which is actually a university degree, not a college degree. Got it? So let's see what happens. Get your popcorn. That also means that local, state, and federal emergency services will be under military courts. Interesting. God bless. Godspeed.